Creativity is not a luxury, it's a survival skill, especially during times like these. Creativity is not a luxury, it's a survival skill. Now, you may have heard me say this before, and in fact, it's the main underlying concept of why I started this channel in the first place. And it's also the foundation of the work that I do as a therapist. Thank you so much for being here. You are so valued. Now let's dig in, because by the end of this episode, I want you to feel suited up into stepping deeper into the power and the strength of your creativity, not just within your craft, but throughout all parts of your life, now more than ever. My name is Jenny Velarde. I'm a psychotherapist, and just as importantly, I'm an artist. So have you ever been given the message that your creativity was kind of like a fringe benefit, just kind of like an extracurricular, dare I say it, a hobby? I've got a whole episode on the danger of that word for you to check out next. Oftentimes, we are given the message that making art, devoting time to our crafts, our mediums, living creatively is just kind of like a side thing. Now, a quick note here. Can art be a luxury? Of course. Can we luxuriate in our art forms? Absolutely. But when our personal creativity is viewed as a sidebar, that's when we want to shake up this line of thinking. Now, let's start right now together with a quick exercise. I am going to ask you a question, and before you get a chance to overthink it, aim to let the first 4 to 5 answers bubble into your mind. The question: where are the places in your life that creativity is not a necessity? Again, where are the places in your life that creativity is not a necessity? Where is it not really needed, useful, applicable? Again, wherever your mind goes first, that's where we want to start. So either mentally note your list or even take a moment right now to pause and write it down. Now, I wish that we were one-to-one right now so that I could hear your list in person, but next best thing, perhaps consider popping them down in the comment section below. We would love to hear. Now, when I have asked this question over the years to clients, in general, here are some of the answers that I've heard back. My job, my finances, my responsibilities, my kids, my marriage, my partnership, my bills, my health concerns, my exhaustion level, my to-do list, my mortgage, house repairs, my chores, my homework, my annoying boss, my abusive boss, my job search, my endless emails, just the stuff that has to get done. Now more than ever, this answer may include daily logistics and survival. It may feel more amplified and pushing the thoughts of creativity to the outskirts more than ever. How does your list look? Did it include anything that I just mentioned? Now, this is usually where it's very tempting to think, so now that we've gotten here, Jenny, how the heck are paintbrushes and watercolors going to help me out of this? And that's where I say, exactly. That is the spot right there. That is where we're working. That's what we want to break right through. And that's the thinking today that we are going to pulverize. Now, often culturally, we are given the notion that creativity is strictly some type of craft making, often regulated to childhood. This idea of, yeah, that's cute, but I've got real life problems here. And this is where the notion that creativity being a luxury comes to mind. It's something that seems to be afforded when life is trouble-free and easy, but wink, wink, we'll never have that type of time. Here is where I challenge people to entirely bend their thinking, because this is disastrously off base when it comes to the colossal magnitude of creativity. If creativity means crafts and watercolors to you only, which of course, side note, creativity most certainly can include crafting and watercolor, which are both very powerful and dynamic mediums. But if these feel like demeaning symbols against the case for creativity in your life, I would love for you to knock those things out of the way and consider planting these concepts about creativity instead. Creativity is innovation. Creativity is problem solving, looking at challenges from different angles and finding a pragmatic solution. Creativity is savvy, it is stealthy, it is clever, a willingness to see things a different way. It's breaking down one's defenses and being able to grow and learn and shift in ways that bring about maturity, self-development. And on a side note, what is more attractive than that? Creativity is the willingness to get a little playful, a little goofy, not taking something too seriously, to then shake things up and move them around. Creativity is scrappy, it is hardy, it is solid. Creativity is a survival role. It is going to find a way out and a way through, and all the while can do so with grace and style if it so chooses. Creativity is an openness to taking calculated risk, trying something new, advancing oneself, quieting the peanut gallery and the comparison of oneself to others, and being willing to move forward with bravery and laser focus. Creativity is courageous. Creativity is discerning. Creativity is the act of breaking mindsets that came before and planting something radically different, or different enough that it turns things a little on its side, or perhaps right side up. Creativity is a form of communication. It is a form of reflection, connection. It is a form of mirroring. It is a form of documentation. Creativity is a renegade. It's an outlaw. It's a rebel. And magnificently, a collaborator, a leader, an uplifter. Creativity can reflect back to a culture. It can bring people closer together. It can foster change in the seemingly most unchangeable situations. Creativity is a creator. It brings life. From this list, here's the clincher. Our creativity, our capacity to be creative belongs everywhere. Our relationships, our jobs, our health, our finances, our minutia, our biggest, scariest worries, our downtime, our faith lives, our service, our self-insight, our day-to-day, our legacy, and yes, our crafts, our mediums, our art making. So the next time it's tempting to see creativity as just a luxury or hobby time, I wildly challenge you to pulverize this way of thinking. And when it is smashed to powder, consider replacing it with this list instead, especially now. Now, go and create. You were created to. What might your life look like without procrastination holding you back? The procrastination system, a 6-hour, 5-segment system built of 20 dynamic and digestible chapters. It's an engaged 360-degree process that guides you through self-reflection to pinpoint your specific version of procrastination and how to turn it into attainable, real-world progress. It's carefully curated with a massive collection of tools and thought shifts to effectively transform your procrastination from inaction into traction, reinforced by up-to-date neuroscience that helps us to understand procrastination from a cognitive level. If you feel like your life would look radically different if procrastination wasn't holding you back, the procrastination system is most definitely for you. It was built for you. The link's below. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. If this episode was useful, I would love for you to hit the like button and perhaps share it with someone. For more tool-based, actionable, creative content, please make sure to subscribe. Also, if you have a question about creativity or the artist role that you would like to have answered, please leave it in the comments below and it may be featured in an upcoming episode.